Okay, so I'm getting ready to release this video, and just as I'm about to press the publish button, Arlind calls me and tells me they increased their sales by 300%.
We have never had such many sales in a day.
Yeah, even in our prime in Envato.
So if in September and October you increased your sales by 79%, what is it now?
I need to do the math, but it's more than double. Oh, 3 times more. Yeah, 300%, or how to say.
300? That's insane. Arlind and Art are the authors of Kalium, a WordPress theme that has earned over $1 million on ThemeForest. But in recent years, their income has plummeted, making it urgent to find an alternative source of income. To rescue their company, the Kalium team spent a full year preparing to launch a new theme shop and drive as many customers as possible to their independent platform. Arlind and I recorded this call right before his big launch, capturing a moment where his entire business was still on the line. Together we mapped out every strategic move he made to set himself up for success, flagged the mistakes he's learned from, and measured his progress in bottom line cash. Hang tight because there's a ton we uncovered to help you level up too. To understand how Arlind made the transition from marketplace author to theme shop owner, it's crucial to understand why the Kalium team was dedicated to leave the marketplace in the first place. Making 1 million sales on ThemeForest was a massive achievement, but it turns out that selling on the marketplace came with significant downsides. Authors are limited to lifetime deals, which means they can't sell subscriptions and gain recurring income. They have to pay outrageous marketplace fees, and traffic and sales on the Envato marketplace have been declining for years, eventually sinking below the volume Arlind needed to cover his expenses as a business owner.
It's a steep downhill.
If things weren't rocky enough for Kalium already, Shutterstock's May 2024 acquisition of Envato for a concerningly low multiple indicated that the marketplace as a whole was struggling to stay afloat. This was a huge red flag, so Arlind and his team decided to put their effort into creating a new theme shop that would enable them to sell independently from the marketplace. But they faced 3 major challenges. They would need to become a non-exclusive seller on ThemeForest, increasing marketplace fees to a whopping 55%, causing their marketplace income to decrease even further. To combat this, the Kalium team would need to direct as many customers as possible to a brand new website, competing with the well-established ThemeForest page he was currently selling from. And they would need to handle the whole sales headache independently, including things like charging, billing, licensing, subscriptions, recurring payments, cancellations, invoices, global sales tax compliance, and all the related legal liability. When we had this call, Arlind and his team were all ready and set to release Kalium 4.0, a new and improved version of their best-selling product. The whole product upgrade was designed to incentivize customers to move away from their old ThemeForest license and buy on the shop.
We had to give users a reason to upgrade.
But pulling this off required more than luck. Arlind's preparations included 4 steps. Step number 1, collecting customers' contact info. The first step Arlind made in the transition process was to embed a mandatory licensing mechanism inside the WordPress theme to collect ThemeForest customer contacts. Without this, he would have no way of notifying his audience that his new Kalium theme shop existed. Luckily, he had done this as early as 2016, years before going non-exclusive. While this had no immediate impact on his income back in 2016, it eventually enabled him to contact customers who had previously purchased on ThemeForest. And in 2024, he used the mailing list to direct him to his theme shop. Step number 2, building a product page. The next step for Arlind and his team would be to build a Kalium web product page to divert traffic from the ThemeForest sales page onto a Kalium-owned domain. Arlind and Art loaded this page with promotional content, demos, and documentation to make sure it outranked the ThemeForest product page and came up first on Google search results. This way, anyone searching for their theme on Google would be more likely to land on their page than ThemeForest's. Then, to drive even more traffic to their page, they added their links to the ThemeForest product page, attracting marketplace visitors who needed the elaborate documentation and support provided by their website. What's smart about what the Kalium team did here is that initially nothing was being sold from this page. This allowed them to maintain their exclusive ThemeForest status until they finished optimizing search engine ranking, building up traffic, and measuring engagement. This way they could wait till enough traffic was generated to go non-exclusive and start selling from the page. However, it was clear that traffic alone wouldn't be enough to nail the transition successfully. Step number 3. Making an offer that customers can't refuse. Even after the launch Arlind was planning, ThemeForest would initially continue to be a significant source of traffic. And ThemeForest would continue to offer lifetime deals. There was also an existing base of customers who owned lifetime licenses and weren't contributing to the Kalium team's recurring income. Simply requiring lifetime license buyers to begin paying a recurring fee would violate the initial agreement. Arlind and his team needed to convince customers to willingly abandon their lifetime deal for something more valuable. So they created Kalium 4.0. Kalium 4.0 was the product update Arlind's customers were waiting for. It was the same theme packed with features that they had requested over the years.
It's faster, it provides color palettes, it's more accessible, it supports Gutenberg, it has Elementor demos, which it did not have in the past. It has various WooCommerce features. It has new theme dashboard where users can upgrade and do stuff on managing theme. White label support, new languages.
And the entire UX was reorganized to provide a slim, high-performing product. Building this update was the most time-consuming aspect of the entire transition. Once 4.0 was launched, Arlind planned to restrict its use to customers buying subscriptions directly from the site, and then leverage the remaining ThemeForest traffic as a marketing channel to drive more people to his site. But there was one more gap to fill before he could do this. Step number 4 is about handling the sales headache. At this point, Arlind and Art still lacked the sales infrastructure to handle the customers who actually pressed the buy button. As long as they were selling on ThemeForest, Envato did this for them. But to sell on their own shop, they needed a different payment gateway to process the transaction. They needed a mechanism to ensure global sales tax compliance, prevent fraud, store and update customer data, generate license keys, provide invoices, refund cancellations, and recurringly charge subscription holders upon every billing cycle. One approach, often best suited for large companies, would be to build the sales infrastructure entirely from scratch, a highly time-consuming and resource-intensive process that Arlind and Art chose not to pursue. A second option involved using a pre-built self-hosted system, which they'd need to manage and maintain themselves. The third and easiest solution was to partner with a merchant of record, or MOR. A third-party company that serves as the legal seller of the product and handles payment processing, tax compliance, and invoicing on the seller's behalf. After conducting in-depth research, Arlind and his team selected Freemius as the MOR to process their sales. All it required was adding the Freemius SDK code to the Kalium 4.0 product update. With Freemius integrated, the Kalium team could now configure the plans they offered, while everything else was handled automatically, documented, and monitored easily from a dedicated dashboard. And perhaps most importantly, Arlind and Art would now take over 90% of their earnings home in cash, because the fees attached to Freemius were significantly lower than Envato's. Once the Freemius SDK was attached, it was finally time to launch the product. And this is when Arlind and I had our first call. Then he published his Kalium 4.0 purchase page, linking it to the Freemius checkout. He also posted a banner advertising 4.0 within the product's interface, allowing people using previous versions to upgrade directly from their admin dashboard. During the first 3 weeks, Arlind increased his income by roughly 50% just by posting this banner and making his website go live. These sales came in organically. Then Arlind waited for 3 more weeks before promoting the product further to monitor user feedback and fix bugs in the release.
The initial responses from the users that already upgraded, it's very positive. There are some small issues that we are fixing and we are working on. And after we finish these, within a week, we will release Kalium in ThemeForest and everybody can get it.
The next step was to update the ThemeForest product page, encouraging customers to upgrade their license. This update alone resulted in the Kalium team earning $600 from direct sales on the first day without spending $1 on marketing. A significant driver for customers to purchase Kalium 4.0, other than the quality of the product, was the new pricing. Post-update, ThemeForest buyers could get the old version of Kalium for a significantly higher price, Or go to the Kalium website and get the new 4.0 version for a much more affordable price. But increasing the price on ThemeForest wasn't only about driving buyers to his site. It helped Arlind and his team compensate for the income they lost due to the non-exclusive marketplace fees. 2 months post-launch, I caught up with Arlind again, and Kalium profits were up by 79%. This increase was a result of Arlind emailing his list of 33,000 registered customers, many of whom upgraded the software, resulting in another significant boost in his sales. And because Kalium are offering existing customers free access to the product for 3 to 9 months until their credit card is charged, is also going to drive more of these transactions into the next year. All of these were signs of major success. However, Arlind and Art didn't meet all of their initial goals. In their first 2 months, they signed just under 100 customers on annual subscriptions, far short from their target of around 2,000 annual subscribers. And while their income nearly doubled, most sales are still coming in from lifetime deals rather than subscriptions. This result calls for the Kalium team to revisit their pricing plans and how they're presented, with the focus of making subscriptions more appealing. Other challenges arose in their communication with Envato. After the 4.0 update, Envato asked Arlind to adjust the theme's presentation on their marketplace page. Envato was concerned that Kalium 4.0, available only on an external site, wasn't in line with the marketplace guidelines. They requested either renaming the update to a new theme name or offering Kalium 4.0 on ThemeForest as well. This experience suggests that launching an entirely new product rather than an update may make the transition to an independent theme shop smoother. Fortunately, Arlind and Art have options to navigate the situation by reaching out to customers via email or using admin dashboard banners, and it's likely they'll find a solution that works for both them and the marketplace. Before we sign off, let's summarize the key takeaways learned from Arlind's experience with Kalium. The pros of selling independently outweigh the advantages of Envato exclusivity if, and this is a big if, you can attract customers to your new theme shop successfully. A successful transition will depend on the quality of your preparation, including 4 main stages. Implementing a data collection mechanism within your product to register customers and get their contact. Building a web page that ranks better than the Envato product page when people search your brand name. Creating a new product or a product update that is desired enough to justify customers moving away from their lifetime license on the marketplace to a subscription-based license on your site. And selecting a merchant of record that solves as much of the independent sales headache as possible. Once you're prepared, the launch will include updating the marketing content, documentation, and demos on your site, publishing a purchase page on the site, announcing the shift on your marketplace product page, and emailing your registered customers with a product announcement. When inviting customers to buy subscriptions, mind how attractive your lifetime deals are in comparison. Lifetime deals may boost your income in the short term and make large amounts of cash available up front, but subscriptions will build a more sustainable business. If possible, first test your pricing plans on a smaller customer segment by emailing a select portion of your user base. See how these people react to your pricing and adjust before distributing it to your entire customer base. If you found this video useful, give us a big like and consider subscribing for more detailed tactics and business strategies, and see you in the next video.